Welcome back to Radio Row. Kyle Long here, and I am with a guy that needs no introduction. I'm going to do it anyway. Aidan Hutchinson, Detroit Lions, sack getter extraordinaire, but also first, second, and third down player as well. Not just rushing the passer.
Yep.
I know you DMs want to get all that bread and get the sacks, but you're
right.
a football player, bro.
Yep.
How are you feeling? How is it being at Radio Row? Is it nice to run into all these random faces that you see that are usually like our enemies, and we see them, we're like, what's up, dude?
Yeah,
I like you.
That's how, it's funny. That's how I feel at Pro Bowl a little bit, because I was just there, and you see all these guys that, you know, when you got the helmet on and you're game mode, like, people act so different, and then you see them at Pro Bowl, and people kind of bro out, and it's kind of the boys.
Chilling.
And even here, you see guys talking crap about you, and then you go dap them up and give them a nice interview, and it's great, though. I'm blessed to be here, and, man, ready to have a good interview, man.
Okay, so you're here with Head & Shoulders. What do you want to tell us about Head & Shoulders? I obviously am not a candidate for Head & Shoulders.
Maybe you could be. Maybe you get a little dry
the
scalp
chest
every
hair?
now and then.
I get the chest hair.
That's
Do
right.
they help
That's
out
right.
with the chest hair?
I'm going to have to ask him about that. I don't know. I got a little chest hair, but I never used Head & Shoulders on it.
Maybe I can take my chest hair, put it on the hair.
Maybe. They do that now,
Turkish
I think.
Delight.
Yes, that's
Something
a Turkish.
like
That's the special they got there in Turkey. No, but I'm here. I mean, dandruff is Head & Shoulders tackles dandruff with every wash, and really it's all about being consistent on and off the field to make sure that scalp never gets dry. And that's what I've been on the last couple of years.
What a pro!
For sure.
And you got a friend over there off camera, and I'm sure we'll be able to insert this into some sort of social, but that looks like my sleep paralysis demon. What is this that I'm looking at? Come on out here.
Come on out here.
You big furry.
There you go.
Look at this.
This is
okay. Well, when you get the Head & Shoulders promo, you get to have a little bit of, what did you say this is?
This is a microbe. We actually did a commercial with my fellow microbe right here. Me and Troy Polamalu were chasing him around the stadium, and he's tweaking out a little bit. Eyes are going a little crazy right now,
That's
but
great.
He's a good one for sure.
Kind of built like Penei Sewell.
That's right.
As an offensive
Send him
lineman,
that
I'm
one.
allowed to make
Send
fun
him
of
that
other
one.
O-line,
I love
by the
that.
way.
I love that.
So I had your guy David Montgomery over here sitting in the same chair you're in.
Yeah.
And I play with. He was one of my rookies in Chicago.
Yeah. Okay.
Love David Montgomery. I think he's a total bell
Dude,
cow.
oh my gosh, I love how he runs, dude.
Bro, he runs like it's a problem for defenders.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what it's like having both of those running backs that can deliver two different types of payloads, essentially.
For sure.
And, you know, as a rusher, you want as many rushes as you can get in a game because you're going to figure out what I'm doing with my right hand. You're going to figure out how
get the feel of
where's my hip opening.
Yep.
As a running back, can you get a sense of frustration on that offensive side of the ball where each one of those guys just wants the ball 30 times?
Yeah, for sure, dude. It's I played Demo when he was in Chicago, and I remember we played him in 23, and I missed 2 tackles on him. And it was like, he's like this bowling ball that, like, you can't quite, he's just always driving his legs. And so he's such a talented runner in his own way. And then Jameer is just another talented runner in his own way, and they both complement each other. Dude, I've never seen someone truly, you know, if they have one-on-one in space and he just picks a side and starts running, it's like he's going to score. And I've never had that much confidence in a running back. So he's really been doing his thing, and having that duo there is they've been killing people for the last 3 years.
I was a baseball player before I was a football player, and we used to say if somebody threw hard, that's Louisiana style, by you. That's what I say. Jahmyr Gibbs has Louisiana speed, by you, brother.
I like that. I like
next
that.
time he goes zooming by on a stretch, and you're like, I was in great position.
So how do you say it? Like that's
Louisiana speed.
That's Louisiana speed.
By you. You wait a couple minutes,
and then
a couple seconds. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what old baseball guys used to say that. You feel way better rushing on turf than grass, right?
You know what? I feel like if it's good grass, I love it. If it's bad,
and you
have to wear the screw-ins, that's where I feel like I lose. Like I don't feel as fast with the screw-ins. There's something about the plate. I don't know if it's the plate on the shoe, but I don't know. Did you guys ever feel that as offensive linemen?
I felt that I was in for a world of hurt every time I was in Houston. I was in Detroit.
Really?
Well, then again, I was playing against JJ or Sue.
Right,
so it's
right.
I was up Schitt's Creek without a paddle either way. But the fact that it was turf made it even worse. And I always wonder, Like, because I know how much more traction you can get.
Yeah,
I understand
know,
change
I know.
of direction.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And which, if you want to dip and bend at the top of the rush,
Yeah.
you can do it on turf.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
your feet are going to stay
Yeah,
on the ground.
for sure, absolutely.
So I was just wondering if you thought.
Yeah,
about
I don't know if I'm like not old enough yet to have like. I feel like the older guys on my team, whenever we play on turf, their knees hurt more and
Yeah,
stuff.
bro.
And like, I don't think I'm not there, and hopefully I never get there.
No.
I mean, but maybe I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I definitely prefer turf. But practice, man, we can go grass all day long. But
Grass,
games, I like turf for sure.
That's one thing I always had a gripe about, the turf.
Yeah,
It's like, we're at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you met Eminem yet? He has worn your jersey. He wore your jersey at his concert, which, by the way, that's pretty badass.
That was definitely a highlight of my life in its own way. I met him at the draft when we had draft in Detroit. In 24, we had it, and it was, I met him, I was walking out, me, Jared, St. Brown, we all did the little, like, they opened the draft in Detroit, and we're out there, like, hyping up the fans on the stage, and then after we walked out, Eminem was in his trailer, I don't know, I was just leaving the draft, and someone said, hey, Marshall wants to talk to you, and I was like,
Marshall?
who the hell is Marshall? And so, but then it's like, after like a couple seconds, I'm like, oh, shit, that's Eminem. So I walk in his trailer, and his whole team's in there, and I just go in there.
You went to 8 Mile? You went to his trailer at 8 Mile?
Low-key, if you were to just
that
put
out,
some
by the way.
walls out of it. It was, but man, we talked to him, and really cool, man. Really, really invested in football. Like, he was
Big
talking
football
ball
fan.
with me like it was like he was like one of the boys.
Was he like down 15? You score.
No,
7 minutes left.
No,
Are you going for two or extra
not
point?
scientific. But we were talking about we just came off the NFC Championship loss the year before to San Fran, and he was talking to me about that. Like, man, like just as a fan, it looked like he would strap it up for us and run 4th and 1. He'd be out there for us, and
He's
he
a
would do
wedge
that
buster
willingly
type guy.
for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wedge buster. I'm saying wedge buster to him like he knows what the wedge is. How old are you?
25.
You know, I think that they probably
I-
banned the wedge when you were in kindergarten.
When did the wedge get banned?
I don't even know, but it was banned
I
like
remember
my rookie
it.
year.
I remember growing up watching the
2013.
wedge.
Can we get some answers on that, Debo? I think it was 2013. I think I did the wedge
I
one
wasn't
time
even in
in
high school
training
yet.
camp, and I was like, I quit football. I don't want to do this shit
I
anymore.
love it. I love it.
Okay, the last thing I got to ask you, my favorite player in the National Football League is your wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
Can you tell me if that's a good investment emotionally for me?
Absolutely. That dude.
I have young daughters. I want to get them jerseys.
Yeah, he's. I mean, we were playing Week 18 against Chicago this past year, and obviously going into that game, we had missed the playoffs. I think we were 8-8, and his foot was all messed up going into that game. But he was like, I remember talking to him in the hot and cold tub, whatever we were doing. He's like, dude, I don't care what it takes. I'm playing in this game. And this is a guy who's paid, a guy who was hurt. And there was a lot of guys sitting out because of, long injuries
We've all
that
been
year.
there.
Right. And he's out there like saying, dude, I don't care. Like we're going against Ben Johnson again.
I'm so
I'm
glad that you
playing
said
in
this
this
to me.
game. And
I'm
so
glad you said this.
if that's enough for you, that's, to me in that moment, I was like, that's the kind of guy I want on my team. Because I was the same way. Like, dude, everybody's banged up going into Week 18, but like you got to really want it. Like when it's for nothing, and that's the kind of guys we got for sure. And Saint is one of those dudes.
NFC North is going to be wild next year. It's going to be a friggin' movie,
Yeah,
cinema.
for sure.
I look forward to covering
I
you
know,
and
I know.
watching you guys.
Yeah.
Stay healthy and dominate.
Thank you,
Thanks,
brother.
Aidan.
Appreciate
Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, good to see you.